The music of Like You is now streaming through your favorite music services like Apple Music and Spotify. Now you can dance or sing along with your favorite songs anytime. Just search for the album title Music from Like You Mindfulness for Kids, or find links on the music page of our website at likeyoupodcast.com. Also, if you want to help us keep making new podcast episodes, you can support the show by subscribing through Patreon, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. If you enjoy the podcast, help spread the word by leaving a 5-star review wherever you listen. Grown-ups can find more information in our episode notes or on our website. Now, let's start the show. Hey everyone, it's Noah. Instead of a new episode this week, I decided to share a special bonus mega playlist. It's officially winter in the Northern Hemisphere at least, so I rounded up a few of our winter-themed episodes of Like You, and I pasted them together in a mega winter playlist. So gather up your loved ones, find a comfy spot, and let these mindful episodes warm you up from the inside out. The first episode is called Let's Have a Snow Day. It was originally released back in December of 2020. It has fun exercises about being a snowflake and one of my favorite songs about when you feel like a melting snowman.
Hi, my name is Jack and I'm 7. I live in Oakland, California, and my favorite part about the podcast is that at the end of every podcast you say affirmations.
Hello, I'm Noah, and this is Like You, a mindfulness podcast for kids. I'm glad you're here. Thank you to Jack for sharing that voice message. I'm glad you enjoy saying affirmations with us. Why don't we kick off the show with one right now? Repeat this after me. I'm glad that I am me. I'm glad that I am me. I also want to shout out Jack and his mom, Florencia, for being our newest supporters on Patreon. Our Patreon supporters help make this podcast possible. Grown-ups can join us at patreon.com/likeyoupodcast to find out more. We also appreciate it when you help others find our show by telling your friends or writing a review on Apple Podcasts. On today's episode, we're having a snow day. We'll be the winter wind, drift like a snowflake, and melt like a snowman. So find a place to listen where you feel comfortable and safe. You're invited to be a part of the podcast as you listen. You can speak out loud as you answer my questions and repeat affirmations, or you could just say things quietly in your head. Is it getting cold where you live? It's starting to be pretty cold in my neck of the woods. And if you're here in the United States, you're gearing up for winter, and it's time to break out your mittens and coats and winter boots. Of course, I know there's a few of you listening on the other side of the world in the Southern Hemisphere, so maybe you're enjoying the summer sun right now. Wherever you are and whatever the weather, I think it would be fun to have a snow day. What do you think? Let's pretend to be the winter wind, blowing some cold air to make it snow. Are you ready to take some deep breaths? All right, start with a long, deep breath in through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Now blow like the winter wind, sending a chill through the air. 1, 2, 3. Whew, I think I'm already getting a little chilly. But I don't see any snow yet, so let's try again. Take a deep breath in through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Now blow your cold winter wind again. 1, 2, 3. Great job. I think I see a few tiny snow flurries starting to fall. Let me grab my coat. Okay. If we're going to have a snow day, we'll need a lot more snow than this. So let's do one more big gust of winter wind. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Now, I need your biggest, coldest gust of winter wind. Ready? Blow your winter wind. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Now the snow is really coming down. Imagine the snow falling all around you. Now, when I count to 3, we'll say, I like me. 1, 2, 3. I like me. I like you too. You are one of a kind. They say no two snowflakes are exactly alike. And it's also true that there is no one else in the world quite like you. Thanks for being my friend. Now let's take a moment to enjoy the snowfall using our imagination. Close your eyes if that helps you imagine. Picture yourself standing outside in the snow. Thousands and thousands of snowflakes fall all around you. It's the most snow you've ever seen. There's a chill in the air, but you are bundled up in warm layers with thick socks and a fluffy winter coat. So even though it's cold out, you feel comfy and cozy standing in the snow. Imagine the big white snowflakes swirling around you. Each and every one is unique. Everything around you feels quiet. Have you ever noticed how quiet the world can seem on a snow day? Take a brief moment to stand quietly in the snow. Now imagine catching a snowflake on your tongue. Stick your tongue out, tilt your head back, and wait for the biggest, most perfect snowflake to land on your tongue. You spot one, drifting slowly down from the sky. It spirals slowly closer and closer. Finally, it lands on your tongue, and you feel it instantly melt. I wonder what it's like to be a snowflake drifting down through the sky. Let's imagine that next. You are now a snowflake. Let's imagine you're a baby snowflake who was just born in a big snow cloud with hundreds of other little baby snowflake brothers and sisters. Oh, here comes another baby snowflake drifting over to you. Let's say hi. Hello, little snowflake.
Hello. I love being a snowflake. We're all ready for the snow day. Will you come with us?
It sounds like it's time for all of us snowflakes to drift down to the ground. Imagine you are floating slowly down, 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 spinning and drifting as you go. If you're able to, you might even want to get up on your feet and try spinning and drifting like a snowflake. We're drifting down to join the piles of snow that cover the ground. Slowly drift down, 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 until you land softly on the ground. Now take another deep breath, and then breathe out, relax, and enjoy laying in the snow. Now let's say some affirmations. Affirmations are simple phrases you can say about yourself to help you remember how wonderful you are. I'll say each one twice, so you can listen once and then repeat it with me the second time. I'm glad that I am me. I'm glad that I am me. There is no one better to be than myself. There is no one better to be than myself. I am beautiful inside and outside. I am beautiful inside and outside. There's no one else quite like me. There's no one else quite like me. The world needs someone like me. The world needs someone like me. I am wonderfully unique. I am wonderfully unique. Now let's smile and take a few slow, deep breaths as we listen to a song. Today I'm revisiting a song that we first sang in the summer about feeling like a melty ice cream cone. But I've written some new words to the song for our snow day. Now it's about melting like a snowman. So while you listen, imagine that you are a snowman. You've got buttons for eyes, a carrot for a nose, and twigs for arms. Feel free to dance like a snowman, or you can slowly melt and then pretend you're being rebuilt again. Some days I feel like I'm made of snow on a cold and snowy morning. Button eyes and a carrot nose, I'm full of winter cheer. Some days I feel like I'm made of snow outside in the summer. I feel my smile start to melt and soon it disappears. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I frown. Sometimes I feel like I'm a puddle on the ground. So when you're lonely or when you're blue, just remember I like you. Snow falls, we all melt down sometimes. So take a deep breath and remember it's alright. Cold wind may blow or the warm sun may shine. When you feel frustrated, you can close your eyes and picture a snow day with the friends in your life. And soon you'll feel alright. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I frown. Sometimes I feel like I'm a puddle on the ground. So when you're lonely or when you're blue, just remember I like you. Some days I feel like I'm made of snow, melted on the sidewalk. I'm drippy and I'm droopy, oh how did I wind up here? Some days I feel like I'm made of snow on a cold and snowy morning. Button eyes and a carrot nose, I'm full of winter cheer. I can't wait to spend some time together again soon. Until next time, I like you, I'm proud of you, and I'm glad we are friends. Have a happy and peaceful day. Like You is written and produced by me, Noah Glenn. I also composed and performed the Like You theme music and other music featured on the podcast. Additional music for this episode came from the Terrence Clark Quartet featuring I Make Mad Beats. The voice of the baby snowflake came from my 3-year-old daughter. I hope you enjoyed that episode. You're tuned in to our Like You Mega Winter playlist. I'm loading up the next episode for you right now, and it's sure to warm you up and help you feel comfy cozy. It's called A Recipe for Mindful Hot Cocoa, and it first appeared in January of 2024. Hello, I'm Noah, and this is Like You, Mindfulness for Kids. On this episode, I'll be sharing a special recipe for making hot cocoa in your imagination. So listeners of all ages, find a place to listen where you feel comfortable and safe. Remember, you're always welcome to interact with this podcast by speaking up to answer my questions or by repeating affirmations aloud. Or if you prefer, you can just think your responses quietly in your mind. Now I'll start with a short and simple breathing exercise. We'll do more mindful breathing later in the episode, so for now I'll make this exercise short and sweet. So breathe in deep as I count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then breathe out slow as I count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, on the count of 3, let's all say, I like me. 1, 2, 3. I like me. I like you too. When the world feels dark and cold, you bring light and warmth every time you share your kindness. Now let's get started with a special recipe for mindful hot cocoa. I'll tell you all the steps, then we'll go through them one by one. First, melt the chocolate. Next, add some milk. Then, add a little sweetness. Heat it all up, then cool it down to the perfect sippable temperature. For each of those steps, we'll do a short exercise that helps you tune into your body and your mind. So here we go. Step 1, melt the chocolate. Close your eyes and imagine you are a giant bar of chocolate. Imagine a warm feeling that starts at the top of your head. Then picture your chocolate melting from your head down to your toes as you relax each part of the body along the way. Start at your head. Relax your head and your neck as your chocolate melts. Next, your shoulders. Let them get loose and melty. Moving down, let your chest and your stomach relax as they melt. Same for your arms and your hands. Now let your legs relax as the chocolate melts all the way down to your feet. Now you're just a big, melty blob of chocolate, completely loose and relaxed. Step 2 is to add the milk. Since the milk will fill up your mug, I want you to imagine filling up your body. Puff your chest out, stretch your arms and legs out wide. Take up as much space as you can, filling all the space you can around you. Great job. You can relax now. It's time for step 3. Add a little sweetness. Did you know that pure chocolate or pure cocoa by itself is actually bitter and not sweet? Have you ever tasted something bitter? Most people don't love bitter flavors, just like most people don't love feeling bitter feelings. Have you ever felt a bitter feeling? What are some bitter feelings that you can think of? may have said sadness, anger, jealousy, worry, maybe even regret. There are many feelings that people might refer to as bitter feelings. And like I often remind you, it's okay to feel every kind of feeling, even the bitter ones. We all feel bitter feelings sometimes, but they don't last forever. And when you want to move on from a bitter feeling, it can help to redirect your thoughts to something sweet by thinking positive thoughts. So, back to our cocoa recipe. For step 3, add a little sweetness. We're going to say some positive affirmations to say goodbye to bitter feelings and hello to sweet feelings. I'll say each affirmation twice. Listen the first time, then say it together with me the second time. Here we go. I am full of joy. I am full of joy. I choose to think positive thoughts. I choose to think positive thoughts. I am so proud of who I am. I am so proud of who I am. I am smart, beautiful, and kind. I am smart, beautiful, and kind. I love myself exactly as I am. I love myself exactly as I am. Good things are coming my way. Good things are coming my way. I choose to let go of bitterness. I choose to let go of bitterness. I feel as sweet as sugar. I feel as sweet as sugar. If any of those affirmations stood out to you, feel free to write them down or just store them safely in your mind to say when you need it. If you have an affirmation that is special to you, I would love to hear it. If you'd like to send a recording of your favorite affirmation to play on the show, have a grown-up check our website or episode notes for more information. But right now, we're moving on to step 4 in our Mindful Cocoa recipe. It's time to heat everything up. So I want you to put your hands together and rub them back and forth against each other like this. As you rub your hands together, you'll create friction and you might start to feel warmth on your hands. As you keep rubbing your hands together, I want you to also focus your mind on warm, happy, loving thoughts. Imagine that warmth growing inside you and filling your whole body with warm feelings. Now imagine a steaming hot mug of cocoa. Picture the steam rising off the top. Think about the smell of the chocolate as you breathe in deep through your nose. Now it's time for the last step. We need to cool the cocoa down to the perfect drinking temperature. So take a deep breath in through your nose, smelling the chocolate, then blow across the hot chocolate to cool it down. Now do that a few more times. Breathe in deep and blow on the hot chocolate. Deep breath in, smelling the cocoa, then blow out as you cool it down. Another deep breath in, and then blow your cool breath on the cocoa. I think it's finally ready to drink. So, imagine raising the mug up to your lips. Take a little sip, and then let out a satisfied, tasty sigh. Ah! Feel the warmth spreading down your throat and into your belly. I hope you've enjoyed making mindful hot cocoa with me. You can keep this recipe in your mind anytime you want to make your own. Just melt the chocolate by relaxing your body. Add some milk by stretching out to fill up all the space around you. Add some sweetness by saying positive affirmations. Then warm everything up by rubbing your hands together and imagining the heat spreading through your body. And last of all, take deep breaths to cool off the cocoa for a sip. Feel free to keep taking sips of your imaginary hot chocolate as I end this episode with a song. Come be cozy, head to toesy, feeling safe and warm inside. My heart feels light, my cheeks feel rosy, breathing deep and smiling wide. When I feel I can't control things, when my yes turns into no, when the world seems wild and noisy, and I need some place to go, I can reach inside myself, pull a book down from the shelf, think a thought that makes me grin, and imagine deep within I'm comfy, cozy, head to toesy, feeling safe and warm inside. My heart feels light, my cheeks feel rosy, breathing deep and smiling wide. I can't wait to spend some time together again soon. This was the last episode of our fall and winter season, so we'll be back with a new season of episodes starting in the spring. In the meantime, you can still support the podcast by subscribing through Patreon or Apple Podcasts, which give you access to occasional bonus episodes. Until next time, I like you, I'm proud of you, and I'm glad we are friends. Have a happy and peaceful day. You're listening to our Like You Mega Winter playlist. Get ready to think even more warm thoughts with an episode from December 2023 called Evergreen Mindfulness. Hey everyone, I'm so glad to be your podcast friend. Listener support is what makes this podcast possible. When you sign up for a Like You subscription, you gain access to special bonus content, like bite-sized affirmation episodes, music, and other special perks. Please consider supporting the show by subscribing through Apple Podcasts or Patreon. Find more information in our episode notes. Thanks, and here's today's show. Hello, I'm Noah, and this is Like You, Mindfulness for Kids. I'm very glad you're here. On this episode, we'll imagine being evergreen trees as we practice thinking warm thoughts when the world feels cold. So, listeners of all ages, find a place to listen where you feel comfortable and safe. As I ask questions and invite you to say affirmations, you're welcome to speak out loud, or as always, you can just think your responses quietly in your mind. Today's mindfulness lessons all relate to evergreen trees. What's an evergreen tree? It's quite simply a tree that stays green all year round, even in the fall and winter when most other trees change colors and lose their leaves. That's why they're called evergreen, because they're always green. Some examples are pine trees, fir trees, or spruce trees. But when the month of December rolls around, you might be most familiar with them being called Christmas trees. In fact, many of you might have a Christmas tree in your home for the holidays. When I was a kid, my family always cut down a real tree and brought it into our living room for the season. These days, we use an artificial Christmas tree instead. One of the things I miss most about having a real tree is the smell. I think evergreen trees smell wonderful. Have you ever smelled one? If you've got one in your house right now, go take a deep breath in through your nose and give it a smell. Now, I want us to imagine the smell of an evergreen tree as we do a breathing exercise. If you've never smelled an evergreen tree, just imagine a fresh, woodsy smell like a walk in the forest. And as we breathe, we'll also trace the shape of a tall, pointy evergreen. So as you breathe in, you'll trace up one side of the tree to its point. Then hold your breath as you trace slowly down the other side. Then finally, breathe out as you trace the ground below the tree. It's like making a big triangle. Will you try it with me? Take a deep breath in as you trace up one side of the tree. Hold your breath as you trace down the other side. And breathe out as you trace across the ground back to where you started. Keep going. Another deep breath in as you trace up one side. Hold your breath as you trace down the other side. And breathe out as you trace the ground back to where you started. One more breath in as you trace up one side of the tree. Hold your breath as you trace down the other side. Then breathe out as you trace the ground below the tree. Good job. Now on the count of 3, let's all say, I like me. 1, 2, 3. I like me. I like you too. You're always growing, always learning, and getting better every day. One of the reasons people love evergreen trees is because they bring life and color to the cold winter when the sky is gray and most other trees are bare and boring. Do you ever have days where the world seems cold and dull and boring? You can try using mindfulness to bring warmth and color to your day. Start by thinking of one thing that makes you feel happy. Maybe it's a friend, or a favorite outfit, or a game, or a book, or a hug from someone you love. It can be anything that makes you feel happy. Your choice. This will be your happy thought. Take a moment to choose your happy thought. Once you've thought of something, close your eyes and tune out everything else except for your happy thought. Try to focus on every little detail about that thought. Breathe slowly in and out as you think your happy thought. Imagine the thought creates a warm feeling inside you. Let that warmth grow and spread through your entire body. Imagine you are an evergreen tree, standing in the middle of a forest full of dull, bare branches. But you stand tall and strong and bright and colorful, thinking your happy thought. Stand up if you're able to. Stretch your head up, tall toward the ceiling, imagining yourself as the tallest evergreen in the forest. Feel the wind blowing through your branches as you sway side to side, side to side, sharing your color with the world around you. Now let the warmth of your happy thought spread from your head down to your toes. When the warm thought reaches your feet, send it down through your evergreen roots, helping your roots grow strong and sturdy. Anytime you need it, you can pull that warm, happy thought up from your roots. So next time things seem cold and dull and boring, just think about your happy thought and let it help you feel like an evergreen tree, bringing life and color to your winter day. Now let's say some affirmations. Affirmations are words you can say about yourself to remind yourself how wonderful you are. I'll say each affirmation twice, so you can listen the first time, then say it together with me the second time. Here we go. Every day I will learn and grow. Every day I will learn and grow. I choose to let my light shine. I choose to let my light shine. I am full of joy. I am full of joy. I am thankful for people who love me. I am thankful for people who love me. With every breath, I feel stronger. With every breath, I feel stronger. My ideas bring color to the world. My ideas bring color to the world. I get better every single day. I get better every single day. Now, let's take a few slow, deep breaths as we wind down our time together. If any of those affirmations stood out to you, feel free to write them down or just store them safely in your mind to say when you need it. If you have an affirmation that is special to you, I would love to hear it. If you'd like to send a recording of your favorite affirmation to play on the show, have a grown-up check our website or episode notes for more information. Now I'd like to end with a song about a melting snowman. Feel free to sing or dance or just relax and take deep breaths as you listen. Some days I feel like I'm made of snow on a cold and snowy morning. Button eyes and a carrot nose, I'm full of winter cheer. Some days I feel like I'm made of snow outside in the summer. I feel my smile start to melt and soon it disappears. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I frown. Sometimes I feel like I'm a puddle on the ground. So when you're lonely or when you're blue, just remember I like you. Snow falls, we all melt down sometimes. So take a deep breath and remember it's alright. Cold wind may blow or the warm sun may shine. When you feel frustrated, you can close your eyes and picture a snow day with the friends in your life. And soon you'll feel alright. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I frown. Sometimes I feel like I'm a puddle on the ground. So when you're lonely or when you're blue, just remember I like you. Some days I feel like I'm made of snow, melted on the sidewalk. I'm drippy and I'm droopy, oh how did I wind up here? Some days I feel like I'm made of snow on a cold and snowy morning. Button eyes and a carrot nose, I'm full of winter cheer. I can't wait to spend some time together again soon. Until next time, I like you, I'm proud of you, and I'm glad we are friends. Have a happy and peaceful day. You're still listening to our Like You Mega Winter playlist. That's 3 episodes down and 1 more to go. This last episode is another one from December of 2020. Now that we've warmed ourselves up with the other episodes, let's shift into a lower gear and relax a bit as we imagine hibernating like a bear. Hello, I'm Noah, and this is Like You, a mindfulness podcast for kids. I'm glad you're here. Today we'll imagine being bears, preparing to hibernate for winter. And as a matter of fact, Like You is preparing for a short hibernation of its own. We'll be taking the last 2 weeks of the year off to spend time with family, rest, and recharge our batteries. You can still check the podcast feed for updates, where we'll share a couple of encore episodes while we're away. And a quick word for the grown-ups. Like You is listener-supported, so if you'd like to help us continue making new episodes, join us at patreon.com/likeyoupodcast. We also appreciate it when you help others find our show by telling your friends or writing a review on Apple Podcasts. Now we're ready to start the podcast, so find a place to listen where you feel comfortable and safe. You're invited to be a part of the podcast as you listen. You can speak out loud as you answer questions and repeat affirmations. Of course, if you'd rather just say things quietly in your head, that's okay too. Okay, let's try breathing like a bear. First, let's get into character. Imagine you are a big, cuddly bear with brown fur and giant paws. Put your paws in the air. Now make a bear face. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's try a big bear roar. Take a long, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, and then let out a roar. Roar! Great job. Let's try another roar. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Now let out a roar. Roar! What do you think might make a bear roar? Maybe the bear is frustrated or angry. Maybe it's afraid of something. Let's help calm our bear down a bit. Instead of a roar, this time we'll just do a little grr. Okay, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Now let out a long grr. Once more. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. And then let out a long grrr. Now, let's calm the bear down a little more. This time, take your deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Then silently blow your air out. One more quiet breath in. 1, 2, 3. And out. 1, 2, 3. Now you are a calm bear. As you walk through the forest, you take a look around. Most of the trees have lost their leaves for the winter, except for the evergreens. The air is cold, and snow flurries drift through the air around you. And that's how you know it's time to hibernate. Who knows what hibernation means? Feel free to share. Hibernation is when an animal slows its heart rate to save energy so it can rest through the cold of winter without having to eat very much. It's like taking a long nap that lasts all winter. Bears are one of the animals that hibernate. When a bear or another animal hibernates, their breathing slows down, their body temperature lowers, and they use very little energy. So we're going to imagine being a bear preparing to hibernate. For us, that means we're just going to get very relaxed. It might help to close your eyes, or you might even want to lie down while we do this one. First, imagine slowly walking into your bear cave. Find a cozy corner to curl up in and get ready to relax. Start by focusing on your breath. Try slowing down your breath and taking long, deep breaths in and out. Try to tune out everything besides your breathing. And take a few more breaths in and out. And in and out. Try to keep that slow, deep breathing going throughout this exercise. Now we'll work on relaxing head to toe. Start at the top of your head. Imagine wiggling your bare ears. Then let your ears relax. Next, let's move down to your shoulders. See how loose your shoulders can get. Try to relax them a bit more, as relaxed as they can be. Now loosen your furry bear arms all the way down to your paws. Give your arms a gentle shake, then relax them as much as you can. Now imagine your big bear belly. Watch your belly rise and fall as you slowly breathe in and out. With each breath, see if you can relax a little more. Now relax your legs all the way down to your feet, as relaxed as you can be. Oh, we forgot one thing. Your tail. Imagine you have a short little bear tail. Give it a little wiggle, then let it relax just as much as the rest of you is relaxed. Now you're all ready for your long winter nap. Do you ever have a little trouble feeling ready to fall asleep at bedtime? If you do, you can always imagine you're a bear getting ready for hibernation. Breathe deep and let each part of your body relax. Right now, let's not rush on from this relaxing moment. Instead, hang on to that comfy, cozy feeling by breathing deep as you listen to this song. Comfy, cozy, head to toesy, feeling safe and warm inside. My heart feels light, my cheeks feel rosy, breathing deep and smiling wide. When I feel I can't control things, when my yes turns into no, when the world seems wild and noisy, and I need some place to go, I can reach inside myself, pull a book down from the shelf, think a thought that makes me grin, and imagine deep within I'm comfy, cozy, head to toesy, feeling safe and warm inside. My heart feels light, my cheeks feel rosy, breathing deep and smiling wide. Now let's say some affirmations. Affirmations are simple phrases you could say about yourself to help you remember how wonderful you are. Here's our friend Esso to lead us in saying a few.
Hey, it's me, Esso. Will you repeat these affirmations with me? I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be loved. Today, I will learn and grow. Today, I will learn and grow. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. I am strong on the inside. I am strong on the inside. No matter how hard it is, I can do it. No matter how hard it is, I can do it. There is no one better to be than myself. There is no one better to be than myself.
Thanks, Esso. Now let's smile and take a few slow, deep breaths as we wind down our time together. Remember, I'll be sharing old episodes for the next 2 weeks while I hibernate. New episodes will return on January 5th, so I will see you next year. Until then, I like you, I'm proud of you, and I'm glad we are friends. Have a happy and peaceful day. Like You is a production of Perpetual Motion. It is made possible by our subscribers on Patreon and Apple Podcasts. Become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/likeyoupodcast or by tapping subscribe on our show page in Apple Podcasts. You can also tell your friends about the show or leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. Like You is written and hosted by me, Noah Glenn. I also composed and performed the Like You theme music and other music that appeared in this episode. Our podcast cover art was illustrated by Maya Sane, and our episode art is created by Lindsay Glenn. Grown-ups can find more information about Like You by visiting our website at likeyoupodcast.com. Thanks for listening.